We're live.
We are live.
We are live.
We are so live.
Show.
The Ken and Glenn Show on a Saturday night
From
Marion, Ohio, and Atlanta, Georgia. And here we are, and I'm dressed up for the occasion. What's that?
I'm not dressed up.
When are you going to put a pair of scissors to your head?
It's looking bad, isn't it?
It's looking a little long. I almost mistake you. I almost mistake you for one of the Beatles. Almost. For a minute, I went, am I going live with Paul McCartney? What's going on? But then you didn't speak like this, right? You didn't talk like this. So I thought, it's not a Beatle. It's not one of the Beatles. It's Ken Walls. And Ken Walls doesn't talk like that.
There's no chance of me talk. I can't do it. I need
Look,
to grab
it's John's brother, Larry.
Oh my God. There's Susan. So Weldon just texted me right now.
He did. Our love to you, Weldon. Happy Saturday, brother.
Love you, bro. Man.
Arms around you, arms around your body. Amen. Arms around your organs and restorative power. Every ounce of restorative power. Every ounce of restorative power that is out there, may it all ignite on your behalf. And we love you, brother.
Amen.
Amen. Amen indeed. Amen indeed.
He's such a good dude, man. He's watching. He literally texted me a minute ago, like as we were going live, asking if there was any update, meaning, are you guys going live? So here we are. And
here. I want to clear up something in case anyone's worried. Ken and I are not in a feud. We love each other. Everything's good. We have both been really busy, and we may try to ignite and get back together a little more regularly, but I have been traveling a lot. I've been in Atlanta now for a while. I'm here for the entire month of May, and down here doing Ozark. Hey, John Piper. Down here doing Ozark, which is a wonderful show. If you've not seen it, I can't describe it as wholesome, but as much as I would like to, it's everything but wholesome.
Yeah,
it's damn well made. Is the reality really well made?
It's an incredible show, man. I'm honored to be a co-host with you anytime and to call you one of my dearest friends in the world. I mean, I think I was one of the first 300 or 400 people to even find out that you were doing Ozark. I'm kidding. I'm glad
that was able to amplify your sense of specialness. Right after I took out an ad in the New York Times, right? Then it was take out the ad, then call Ken. That was on my laundry list.
After it runs, you got to let it run.
Hey, Scott Ricard is in the house.
Scott Ricard! Hey,
and Scott. Robert Brooker is here. Larry Schneider, Kimberly, James, John, Larry. Wow, out of the woodwork they come. Did I see Roxy? Roxy.
Yes, we saw Roxy. It doesn't work.
No, it was really bad for both of us, actually.
Dude, you know what's weird about being 50, almost 53 almost, is I have hair still. And it's in your mind, it's hanging on for dear life. I mean, it's like, no, what I have left, it just won't, as they say, it won't give up the ghost, man. Right. It doesn't want to go. It's hanging on. And
well, it seems that you've read a book called Creating the Illusion of Hair.
Yes, I co-authored it. Yes.
Thank you for having a sense of humor. Only bald guys can get away with saying that.
I know, dude. I don't. Yeah, it's weird, man. So it's weird to say that I need a haircut.
What if you join me in the number 2 clipper world? Just
Whoa.
number 2. Number 2, dude. Baby, the number 2, and Jill can get involved. It's some bonding that can occur, a little marital bonding of Jill. Just
I don't.
And that's the thing. Yeah. And you whistle while she does it. She's buzzing, and you're going.
Yeah, no.
Which there's no reason for, but it's a weird thing to do.
I don't think I like that idea that much.
Do you like it on me?
I mean, I've seen you for years like this. Wow. I don't remember you from the Dukes of Hazzard, dude.
Oh, so you don't remember the hair everywhere phase of my life.
Dude, you had like the whole red-headed kind of everything.
And then I didn't.
You even had it when you were on Star Trek.
Yeah, that was the transition. It was like, we're going to give you a whole bunch of hair so that you can have things to remember.
How fast did it go?
Pretty fast.
Did you wake up one morning and the pillow?
Oh, no. And no. But I looked at my granddad and I looked at my dad and I thought, give it up. You're going bald, But my son picked up the gene from mama's side, which is great because, my hair started seriously going by the time I was 30. And it was mostly gone by the time I was 40. And my son is 41.
And he still has
he got a full head of hair. Man. Yeah.
I think mine's really started to take a turn here in the last few years. It's look, I mean, dude, it's a sign of wisdom, I think.
Yeah.
Have you ever met any dumb bald guys?
Tonight's show sponsored by the fine people at Hair Club for Men.
Dude, you can't do that. You get paid millions of dollars to endorse companies. Let's get the contract in their hands first.
And not give it away for free. Yeah. Hey, what do you guys have on your mind tonight on a Saturday night? Who's doing what? Victoria.
You remember Victoria?
Yes. Well, Victoria was on the other night.
What's her husband's name?
Joe.
Wow. You
How'd I do?
You did great because I couldn't even
Joe
remember.
Abear.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't have notes in front of me, but Daddy pays attention.
Which would be, actually, his name would be, in Ohio, would just be pronounced
Herbert.
It's Hebert, I think. Herbert. Hebert.
Yeah, instead of Abear.
Which that kind of surprised me.
Yeah. Actually. Yeah, we're very, very proud of him for his accomplishment in winning the World Series of Poker, which was, absolutely I did, Victoria. Absolutely I did.
Wow.
And I want to ask you something. I was trying to find footage of the final table. I promised you I would look him up, and I did it that night, which I guess was just last night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it last night? Yeah.
It was.
And but what I saw were a lot of interviews with Joe. And I watched a few of them, but I didn't see actual footage of him at the table. So do they not have those on YouTube yet? Maybe you can tap Joe and ask him if there's anything on YouTube or on Google Images or Google Video.
Or like send you the link.
Yeah, if there is anything, I'd like to see some of that action at this year's World Series. That would be pretty cool.
What else is Glenn doing besides Ozark? Well,
we have a movie opening the 4th of June called Under the Stadium Lights, which we gotta
show that clip tonight.
Which is a really good movie about the Abilene Eagles, who went sort of from zero to hero and won the state championship at 15-0. in Texas, and I played the head coach. Lawrence Fishburne is one of the well-known locals there, and unfortunately, the guy he's playing did not live long enough to see the movie. In fact, he died right before we started shooting the movie.
Are you kidding me? How did I not know that? Wow.
The guy that Lawrence Fishburne played, these are real life people. And
Lawrence Fishburne didn't die.
No, Lawrence didn't die. No, time out. Let's make that announcement. Lawrence Fishburne is very much alive.
Okay.
But the gentleman he played in the film passed away right before we began rolling camera. And Steve Warren, who was the head coach of the Abilene Eagles. Hey, Glenn, how's it going, Glenn? And that's Steve Warren. It's good to see you, man. It's good to hear you. Hey, Glenn, when he called me, hey, Glenn, Steve Warren, man. And I'm like, what? I know it's you, Steve, because you're the only one that sounds like that. He's got, hey, man. And it was great. Steve's a cool dude. I love his energy. Wow. And I was honored to play Steve, just honored. And it was so cool that the actual guy came out to watch us while we were filming. So I'm playing Steve Warren in front of Steve Warren, and they wound up giving Steve a role. Now, Steve's not an actor, but he became an actor, which is cool for the movie. They gave him a role. I thought it was perfect karma. Okay. They gave him a role as a referee that I chew out. Because
oh my God.
Because he was known for chewing out the refs.
Oh, wow.
He was known for it. And so they decided to make him one of the refs that I chew out. And he's like, hey, man, you can go full tilt, because I sure did. I sure did. I didn't put the brakes on. No, I just let her rip, baby. I let her rip. And one of the funniest things he said to me, and it's a beautiful comment, I said, so Steve, you ever curse? You seem like a pretty pure dude. You ever, I mean, when you were chasing up and down the sidelines and throwing your hat down on the ground and all that, you ever let out an expletive? And he goes, Glenn, here's the deal. There's Christianity, and then there's football. Isn't that beautiful? Look awesome. At this. Sweden is in the house.
We have Sweden. What's up, Thomas? Look, John says West Texas football. Looking forward to the move. Hey, would y'all do me a favor? And if you can't do it for me, would you do it for Glenn? And if you can't do it for Glenn, would you just do it for the good of humanity?
How about for God and country?
God and country. Share this out with all 3 or 4 of your friends. I'm kidding. You probably have way more.
I love how you don't invite people to share. You bark sharing orders. Share this out.
I mean, come on with it.
If you've got a brain in your head, then share this out.
And look, it's starting. I see it. Teodora just shared it out.
Teodora. We love it, Teodora.
Doug shared it out. Doug, you rock, dude.
Hey, listen, if you want to see your name Chiron up on the screen, all you have to do is share it out, and Ken gives you the name and shared.
Look,
see, look at there, Dougie shared.
Come on with it. Look, Francois. Come on, dude. Francois.
Oh, dude, hey, maybe I should share it out.
Francois.
Maybe I can't ask people to share it out until I've shared it out.
Oh God.
I tell you, the help these days. The help these days.
You can dress him up, you just can't take him out. You said, "Oh, hey, maybe I should share it."
Well,
oh, that's funny. Okay, we got Ernest Odell, John Piper has shared it, Doug Kuzma shared it, Teodora has shared it. I haven't seen anybody else's name. I'm not saying you haven't. I'm not being accusatory. I'm just saying it didn't pop up on my screen. So I believe that Francois screaming at everybody in all caps, share this out now. I believe he probably went ahead and shared it out.
It might have gotten the job done.
I think it did, man. I'm seeing the numbers. They're starting to climb. So, dude, tell me, what's it like? Like, okay, let me paint the picture. Let me set the stage.
Yeah, break out the palette and the paints and the whole deal.
I wish I could dim the lights.
Do you have a canvas? If you're going to paint the picture, let's break out the canvas.
Look, you two are nuts. I did share it. Wow. So,
I can't hear that without thinking about the joke that Victoria made last night. Reach in my pants. Reach in my pant pocket.
My pocket.
Just reach in my pocket.
You feeling crazy?
You feeling crazy?
Now you're feeling nuts. So
thank you, Victoria, for that joke last night. And hello to you, Joe.
Oh, so let me set the stage here. So here's Glenn, Hollywood actor, movie star for 46 years. 46 years. His IMDb page looks like John Gotti's rap page. I mean, it's got freaking hundreds of things
that's funny.
He's done. And look,
John Gotti's rap page.
Dude, look, we've got Craig Duswalt on here.
Sharing it out.
Dude, every time I see Craig's name, I think Welcome to the Jungle. I don't know why. It just instantly. Sorry, Craig. No, he's like, dude, I'm not even with Guns N' Roses. Anyway, all right. So Glenn has done all of these amazing things. He's doing the hit Fox television show, The Resident, which is a freaking unbelievable show. Listen, let's back off of Ozark for a minute and shine a light on The Resident. The Resident.
Fine people at The Resident.
Oh my God. It's such a great show. If y'all haven't seen The Resident, I highly recommend The Resident. Like, seriously.
Hey, and this plug, Ken, this Tuesday night, a mere 72 hours from now, not even 70 hours from now, this Tuesday night is our season finale.
Oh.
The season 4 finale will be Tuesday night.
Wow. So here's Glenn in Atlanta filming The Resident, and you didn't even have to go home, did you? You just
didn't even have to go home. What do you mean?
From after filming The Resident.
Oh yeah, I went home for a week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
I went home for a little over about 11 days, and then got on a plane and came back to Atlanta.
To start filming with Ozark. And
mostly, Ken, if I can be really truthful, the reason I came back was for this painting right here, this artwork. Right. I just came to be near that picture.
What is that? It looks like an alien.
It looks like Elvis Presley if he were part goat.
Oh my God. Well, thank you, baby. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, baby. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Dude.
If I didn't have this one leg, I'd be walking around in some blue suede shoes. That's all I know. That's all I know, but I got only one leg. Look at my one leg.
What is that?
Look, it's like you see, this is like one leg, and here's Elvis. Look, here's Elvis after a 3-day bender, and he's got sunglasses on that are up above his head. They're not serving any purpose. By the way, Ken, I had been able to help people. Wait, I want to read Francois's thing. The Resident, my sister loves that show, but I'm waiting for Ozark. That is my show, and they need to hurry up the next season. Plus, they left me and everyone like, that's funny.
Yeah.
So they should be dropping at the end of the year. I don't have an exact date. I don't know that they've announced a date, but I'm guessing holidays-ish time for Ozark. I'm guessing, and they have said this in the media. They're dropping two separate versions, meaning 7 episodes. Short delay, and then 7 episodes for a total of 14 this final season. So
can you do me a huge favor?
Yes, of course.
Would you please go move that painting off the wall.
Is it haunting you?
It's now all I see is Elvis.
By the way, do you see Elvis's sunglasses up here that are up above?
Is that
now,
his
do
elbow?
you know why? I have no idea what that
He's
is.
sneezing into his elbow. What is that?
I can't take it off the wall, but it's here. Let's see if we can look at it a little more. Hold on.
Dude. Oh my God. What the heck?
Hold on.
So you didn't go to Atlanta to film Ozark. You went for that painting. That's an interesting concept, bro.
Can you guys make out what that is? I have no idea what that is.
It looks like, what is it? Who, like somebody actually painted that?
Yeah, I don't know, but certainly their career isn't headed anywhere. That much I know. What's going on with your paintings? Well, they're hanging out on the 22nd floor of the Whitley. Look at Joe Ingram.
Joe. Hey, did we by chance guilt everybody into sharing this out?
I feel that we've sufficiently guilted everyone.
Kevin, so Glenn's not allowed. Are you allowed to tell what you're probably, I don't know.
Yeah, let's just say it's juicy. It's juicy. I can't really discuss the role because we are sworn to secrecy, but it's juicy.
Kevin,
and I loved working. I've enjoyed working immeasurably with Laura Linney and Jason Bateman, and I've got another 12 days of it before I leave. So I'm excited. And then I come back in September to do one more episode. I'm doing 2 now and then 1 in September, which is the finale. So that's pretty cool. In this story, I am the painter of the picture. Does it say Ingram?
Yeah. Look, Francois said his wife is watching. She says it's a peacock dinosaur.
Yeah.
That's
yeah, so it does look a little bit like Elvis wearing glasses. I don't know what it is.
Dude.
I think it's what they call an abstract painting. But that being said, hello, Dougie. Do you know why? Craig Deswalt, I love you. Let me just go on record saying that I love you.
Look.
Kenna Walls is saying hi. Hi, Kenna.
That's my daughter.
I know who Kenna is. Yes. By the way,
hey, baby.
Do you know why I played so many Secret Service agents, federal agents? And I was having someone ask me recently different things about protocol. That'll give you a little bit of a hint. But I was doing a project and they were putting a lapel pin on me. And they're like, does it matter which lapel? And I said, yes, it does. They said, do you know where it belongs? I said, yes, my left. And they said, you're sure? I said, no, I'm positive. And they said, how do you know that? And I said, because the lapel pin being on the left side, whether it be the organization or whether it be the American flag, they put it on the left because it's the closest to their heart. And that's the reasoning. And they said, wow. And I said, I also was on 24 for 7 years playing the head of the Secret Service. Do you know this? Do you know why Secret Service people wear dark glasses? And they said, no. I said, it's to keep the sun out of their eyes.
What did he say?
They felt so stupid for saying no. They thought it was going to be some sort of trick question.
Oh
like it's to keep the sun out of their eyes. You like that one, Craig Deswalt?
That is so funny. Craig said, love you back. Craig, I love you too, dude.
But he's not as responsive to your love, Ken, and I don't know why.
He's not.
I really don't.
here's what I know. Donna Lambert from West Virginia is on here. Hello, Donna from West Virginia. I lived there for 5 years. It's a beautiful, beautiful state you have.
Yeah, so, I love West Virginia. I love Charleston specifically. I've spent time all over. I've been to Weirton, West Virginia. Hello, up in the top of the state, right near the point. Hey, I'm from Weirton. Hey, what's up? But I've spent a lot of time. Look at Craig. He says, "Are you guys drunk?" Let me comment on that, Craig.
Yes.
The saying in psychology goes like this: we do not see the world as it is, but rather as we are. So maybe somebody else is drunk. Maybe somebody else is a little buzzed tonight.
Craig.
Just saying.
Craig, come on, Craig.
Come on with it.
A little bit of red wine.
Colleen is in the house tonight. My gosh, the whole fam is in the house tonight.
So why is everybody?
What do you guys want to talk about?
It's so good to see you, and they're not saying it's good to see me. I'm just kidding. Craig says, that explains it.
I'm gonna invite Malcolm Jamal Warner to come on our show right now.
I dare you.
I'm doing it. I just got a text from him. Just got one, and I'm going to say, dude, if you're free, come on over.
Jump on, dude. Holy moly, that would be awesome.
Stay tuned, guys. Maybe Malcolm will come hang with us.
And I'll text you the link, and you can forward it to him via text. Or
hold on, yeah, just a second.
Okay, so Karen says, I've been to all 50 states, the lower, all by vehicle. By vehicle? How'd you get to Hawaii, Karen? I'm just saying.
By a plane vehicle.
Oh my God.
Just saying.
Hey, Anna.
I always went to. And why isn't Rhode Island an island?
Right.
Just saying.
Maybe it was at one point.
Let's check the never box. It was never an island.
Maybe
Hi, you know what? Let's take a place that has land all around it, and let's name it an island. We'll call it Rhode Island, and we'll put Brown University there for no reason.
Oh my God.
This, by the way, is the voice of the person who founded the state of Rhode Island.
Oh my God.
The lower 48.
I wonder if that guy had a job very long.
The guy that invented Rhode Island?
Yeah, he probably got fired.
Rhode Island. And now it is time to take longer strides. That's John F. Kennedy, right?
Yeah.
Who sounded like this. Now it is time to take longer strides. Time for great new American enterprise. Time for this nation to play a clearly leading role in space achievements, which in many ways may hold the key to our future here on Earth. I believe that by the end of this decade, by the year 1969, the United States of America will have landed a man on the moon and returned him safely to the Earth. John F. Kennedy, early 60s. Come on with it.
Dude.
Come on with it.
You sound just like him. Holy smokes.
Yeah, he had more hair than I do.
My daughter says this is cringy. What's that mean? I don't even know what that means.
It means she's embarrassed for her father. And that as she looks, she cringes like, oh no. Has it really gotten this bad? That's what she's dealing with.
She has it. My father has fallen and he can't get up. All right. So we gotta research Rhode Island, but why do we park in a driveway and drive on a
parkway? Yes.
I don't get that. I do not get
that. That was a George Carlin question, by the way.
Was it?
George Carlin. I did know George. That was one that he floated out there into our consciousness. See Kenneth's faces. That's funny.
Kenneth, she's crying, laughing. So talk a little bit more about Under the.
I will, but I'm finishing this, and you can put on the clip. But I'm going to.
Why don't I?
I'm going to ask him to join us. I'm texting Malcolm right now.
You can forward him the email too, dude, that I sent you, if he wants to get on from his computer. Kim Lee is here. Hey, Kim. Kim says, it's great to see Glenn in the video instead of a Clubhouse picture.
Yeah, because that's all voice.
So
we got a lot of people watching tonight, Ken, which is a beautiful thing. It's
dude,
great to hang with you on a Saturday.
We were up to like 75 people.
We are somebody now. We matter.
I mean, listen, dude, that's almost as impressive as the 5 million viewers you get a week on The Resident.
The Resident, yeah. We'll get more this week because it's the season finale. Don't miss it, by the way, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 Central on Fox Television Tuesday night.
Good night.
Let's see who else we have in the house. What do you guys want to talk about? We know what we want to talk about, but what do you guys want to talk about tonight? Hey, let's play dealer's choice. What are you guys in the mood to expound on?
Good night, Kenna. I love you, baby.
Good night, Kenna. Oh, there's Michelle. My dear friend Michelle. Listen, Christina, Michelle, Kim, these are people that have entered my life through Clubhouse, and Clubhouse is just tremendous. Like anything, there's Pamela. Hi, sweetheart. Love you. It's tremendous because it has everything to do with your use of it, your level of engagement. So my level of engagement with Clubhouse is really healthy. And so I'm having so many wonderful people that are showing up. And like anything, if you do it for questionable reasons, like what's your why, what's your motive, then questionable people show up. That is karma 101. But if your heart is pure and you are there as a contributing presence and you want to be helpful to people, and that's certainly my role in Clubhouse. Exposure is not why I do it. Followers, not why I do it. I don't care about the exposure, and I don't care about acquiring followers. That's just not what I define myself by. Donovan, how's your healing? How's your healing going, Donovan? He's moving to the Dallas area.
Yes.
Yeah, he's moving to, I think, Frisco.
I didn't know soon. Francois wants to talk about gravity. What is it? Can anyone explain it?
Well, gravity is going to trigger another discussion. So if you're serious, I would like to talk about gravity, but in a kind of a non-linear manner.
Well, I was fixing to share the clip.
Oh, well, go ahead and share the clip. I'm waiting to hear from Malcolm. He may have already gone to bed. It's 11:20 here.
Oh, that's right.
He might be an early riser, so I don't know his schedule.
So you want to set the clip up while I get it ready to
yeah. So, in the late 2000s, like 2009, I believe it was 2007, 2009, the Abilene Eagles did this fantastic march and had an undefeated season with head coach Steve Warren, who brought the team consciousness and shifted the whole team. They had never won like this. And he spun their noggins around and got them to see themselves as winners. And they went undefeated. They tore everybody a new butt that year and wound up going 15-0 and won the state championship. And it brought, huge celebration vibes to the city of Abilene. And I was honored to meet head coach Steve Warren and play him. So here it is, starring Lawrence Fishburne and then also Mel Gibson's son, Milo Gibson. And you'll see him, I'll point it out during the clip, but you'll see him coaching the boys, not as a football coach, but he was playing one of the gentlemen there locally who got to know all of the kids and was a minister. And he ministered to these boys because they were dealing with a lot and drugs were prevalent. And these kids, a lot of them had busted home lives. And so they were being counseled by this local minister. And the minister became an active presence with the football team. And that's who Milo plays. And he looks just like his dad did back in Lethal Weapon days, except that he's got a beard. But see if you can peg who Can you do it? When the clip comes on, see if you can peg when you see Milo Gibson, the guy that most looks like Mel Gibson.
Okay. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah. Under the stadium lights.
Oh, you've got earbuds in, so you won't have to mute your mic, but you may want to still mute just to avoid any
I'll mute
reverb.
it.
Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
It's no mystery. People come together. Incredible things follow.
A tough loss, but you remember how it feels in your gut.
Here in Abilene, young man experienced so much adversity.
You keep doing this, man.
You better show some respect.
This is my deadbeat uncle.
They made a choice not to be a product of their environment, but to be productive because of their environment.
Hey, might be a little big on you, but you'll grow into him.
We can learn to love.
Pretty soon you could be holding up that trophy all day long. Ain't that right, Hershey?
Yeah, touchdowns all day, baby.
The Abilene Eagles are facing the #1 team in Texas.
You are fighting for your brothers and for this town.
This city chews them up and it spits them out. And you're always there.
I know that outside of football, you guys have tough lives.
This town is gonna forget about you.
Life ain't no football game, son.
Life doesn't dictate destiny. You'll stand by each other.
The state of Texas thinks you don't stand a chance.
No matter what they say, they don't know us. They don't know what we got in here. Hard!
Hold on to your hats, folks. This is it.
We're going in as the underdogs in this one, and we all know it.
Kick his ball-headed ass.
Kicking your pimply ass. Amen.
The tears, the heartache and disappointment, the sacrifice, all of which are part of football.
It is not looking good for the Eagles.
Those are some big dudes, man.
Yeah, but we faster.
He's at midfield, the 40.
Wow. You're muted, by the way, just a reminder. Dude, that looks really good.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I'm proud of the movie. I saw one of the rough cuts a while ago, and they hadn't finished all of the football inserts, so it was an unfinished piece when I saw it. But wow, now they've got it ready, and it opens. What is it? 2 weeks. 2 weeks is today's the 15th, so I guess it's 3 weeks from tonight.
Yeah. Wow. That's
Cool.
gonna. Is it opens on a Saturday?
What is the 4th? Well, 2 weeks from tonight would be the 29th. So the 30th, 31st, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe it opens on a Thursday.
Friday.
It is Friday?
Yeah, June the 4th on a Friday. Yep. It's on a Friday. So 3 weeks, right?
Well, wait, what is today? Is today the 15th? Oh, it's Saturday night. I kept thinking it was Friday. So yes, it opens on Friday, June 4th.
3 weeks from yesterday.
3 weeks from yesterday. Correct.
Can't wait, dude.
Correct. Pamela Aubrey, how are you, darling?
Man, we have got so many people watching. The comments are flying by. Tara, yes, I agree. It does look great. Karen Griffin is here. Karen, hello. How are you? Good to see you.
Karen, good evening to you. Michelle, I'm so glad you're here watching, sweetheart.
Jason McBride, how you doing, bro? Kimberly Slavic says, I can't wait to watch that movie. I'm with you. I wish we could do like a watch party on social media, but that would get.
Here's the reality. I don't encourage that. I'm going to tell you why. for whatever reason, that maybe it's bandwidth, low bandwidth, but there's that delay. Just like even when you played it, that clip is actually better than it looked because it jumped.
Yeah.
It jumped a little bit. And, and so I encourage people to go see it in the theaters, or just order it, when it comes out. It's one of those simultaneous releases, just like we did with the Denzel movie that I did called The Little Things, right? It opened in the theaters and available at home the same day. For anyone who's nervous about going into a movie theater, the reality is movie theater is one of the safest places to be right now. You know why? Because nobody's there. Right? I mean, it might not have been if you're envisioning huge crowds, but especially if you go to a matinee, you can go to a matinee right now and there'll be 8 people in a theater, so you go in there and you're, what is this? Abilene is 3 hours to the east of Lubbock.
Yeah.
Ernest Odell, good to see you in the house, brother.
Yeah. Good to see
you. So I want to
man.
go back. The subject that was mentioned was gravity. Gravity. What did you want to say about gravity? Who was it that suggested that we talk about gravity?
That was Francois.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon went last night. Did you see Glenn's other new movie?
What did you go
in the theater?
What did you go see? What? The Little Things?
The Little Things.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's not.
Standard running time for movies these days, 4 to 5 weeks in the theaters.
Oh,
and then they yank it unless it's a monster hit.
Wow.
And if it's not a monster hit, they'll yank them after 2.
Carol loves The Resident.
Oh, good, Carol. Thank you for watching.
I kind of feel like I should get some sort of a role on The Resident.
Well, who doesn't know that? Right. But we don't need any other surgeons. So what do you want to do? Sell hot dogs out in front of the hospital?
If my role,
let me audition you right now. You're the hot dog vendor in front of the hospital, and you're there at lunchtime every day. Go.
Come and get your hot dogs. Come on. What do you want on it? Ketchup, mustard? Do you want some of that or what's it called? The relish stuff? What do you want?
I can't have you flash your mics, but can you guys applaud for Ken? Drop a 1 if you think that's the best hot dog vendor you've ever seen. Drop a 1 right now in the comments in the chat room. Just enter the number 1 if you think that is the finest rendition of a hot dog vendor you've ever seen. Let me see if we're getting any 1s.
We're not getting 1s. Oh, we got one.
Robert gave you your first 1. Here they come. Rick gave you a 1.
Yeah.
Pamela gave you a smile.
Come on, Rick. Come on, Pam, don't laugh at me. Drop a 1.
So listen.
I'm bombing here. Francois, come on, dude.
He gave you a 10.
Wow. He accidentally hit the 0. There's no 10 on the keypad. It was an accident.
Drop a 1. Michelle gave you a 1. How about that?
Thank you, Michelle. That's so sweet. See.
So since we're talking about hot dog vendors, what did the Buddhists say to the hot dog vendor?
I don't know.
Make me one with everything. That's what the Buddhist said to the hot dog vendor. Make me one with everything.
Oh my God.
And then the hot dog vendor obeyed, and the Buddhist handed him a $20 bill, and the vendor kept the change. And the Buddhist said, "Excuse me, I didn't even order a drink. All I ordered was 1 hot dog. Where's my change?" And the vendor said, "As a Buddhist, you should know change must come from within." That's my only.
Did you just make that up on the fly?
No. That's my one and only hot dog vendor joke.
Look at what Ernest said.
Ernest. I used to sell hot dogs at the Tulsa Drillers game before I went overseas. Ken's rendition just gave me chills.
Boom, dude. What is that,
Odell.
Academy? What's the award? I don't even know. Is it like an Oscar? What do I get for that? Come on.
Yeah, you get an Oscar for that. Although it was for television, so we're going to give you an Emmy.
An Emmy. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
that
take
was
an Emmy.
that was
works.
an award. Hey, but listen, let's jump back into Gravity. Okay. Hot dogs with horseradish. So listen. So concerning Gravity, and I was going to say this today, I was in a room with Michelle. Michelle's a pleasure to hang with, whether it's online or in the privacy of a phone call. She's just a very evolved gal. So we're chatting today in a what? I had to explain that joke to my wife. That's funny. So Michelle and I are I'm visiting her room with Paul.
Yeah.
And
Paul's the bounty
he's not a bounty hunter, he's a negotiator. I really need to take up drinking. This is just iced tea, but I really need to take up drinking.
I thought he was a sniper or something. Okay, negotiations, sniping, same thing.
Oh,
Go
same
ahead,
thing. Bear hunter, same thing. Ranger at a Minnesota park, same thing.
Minnesota. Did you say Minnesota?
Yeah, or maybe out near Mount Rainier. Like I picture that as he's a park ranger near Mount Rainier or something,
Maybe he works on the island of Road.
The island of Road, yes. So can I get my point out about Gravity? Is that possible?
I'm sorry, I'm in tears. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're having a good time.
Your story is just yanking them out of me. Go ahead.
It's taken a while to get there, but listen, concerning Gravity, I'm gonna get a little woo-woo here. Can I get a little woo-woo?
Yes, please.
I have your blessing to get woo-woo. So gravity is an immutable law as long as we're here on the earth. Ken, you're still busy enjoying the line about the security guard at the library. Okay. You let me know when you're ready to hear about gravity.
I'm sorry, dude.
No, I'm not offended. Take as long as you need. Enjoy yourself. I have nowhere to be. I'm in a hotel in Atlanta. Where am I going? And why do I get dressed up for you? I put on a coat like it was very special,
Dude, is that a Guns N' Roses shirt you have on?
No, this says Hog's Breath Saloon, which, do you know where that is? It's in Key West.
Oh, wow.
It's in Key West, Florida. And and I got that when I was at the Hog's Breath Saloon when we were down there doing Bloodline in the Florida Keys.
Wow. They have where it was?
Yeah, we shot the entire thing on location in Florida. Sissy Spacek, Kyle Chandler, Ben Mendelsohn. Wow. What a cast. It was incredible. But I drove down one day to Key West. We were shooting in Isla Mirada, which is along the Keys there. And I took a drive because, if you're in the Keys and you've never been to the Keys, and I spent a lot of time down there for the movie, but I had never been there prior to that time. So one day on a weekend, I rented a car and I made the long haul drive all the way to the tip of the Keys, all the way down to Key West. And there's a street in Key West called Duval Street. Duval, they pronounce, like Robert Duvall.
Yeah.
And the idea, it's all bars. And the idea is to start drinking and go from one bar to the next, and somewhere mid Duval Street, you do what's called the Duval crawl, because you can't walk anymore. And you crawl down Duval Street so that you can say that you hit every bar on Duval Street.
Wow.
So I didn't do that, but instead I bought a t-shirt and left.
Now
that's a true story. I didn't even have one beer. Nothing.
I interviewed this guy on my show, Josh. Well, I can picture his face, and he's a friend of mine on Facebook. And anyway, I interviewed him. He was in Key West. Are you still texting with
I'm with you.
Warner?
I'm checking something else. I'm actually telling someone that I'm glad they're here with us.
Okay, so
I'm listening to you.
So he was in Key West at the time. And during the interview, he's sitting outside in Key West, and like not on the ocean, but on inland a little bit.
Yeah.
And the whole time, the entire interview, like every 4 minutes, you'd hear that was a terrible rendition of a rooster.
Drop a 1 if that's the best rooster you've ever heard anyone do. Drop a 1 right now if that's the finest rooster you've ever heard.
Like there's roosters everywhere there. Did you know that? Did you see them?
Well, I'm informed now.
You didn't see roosters everywhere.
No, but I wasn't on a rooster hunt either.
You apparently you don't have to hunt them. They're there. Look, I'm getting all kinds of ones. Oh, Ernest is, oh wow. Ernest is getting cruel with his comments now. He's like,
is that how you spell? Wow, I never knew how that word was spelled.
But it's
I thought that's how you spell a fart sound.
Oh, I can't laugh anymore. My face hurts.
Too soon.
Oh. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I said, dude, why do I keep hearing roosters? He's like, because I can't, Kimberly, that may have injured my voice box a little bit. But anyway, so I was like, dude, what am I hearing? And he's like, oh, there's roosters everywhere. I'm like, really? He's like, they're just walking around everywhere down here. Like they're everywhere.
So
I'm like,
roosters and strip bars. That's what they have in Key West.
I'm like, do they? I'm like, roosters everywhere. It's crazy. Anyway.
And now I understand why. I just pieced the puzzle together. Now I understand the name of one of the strip bars, the male strip bars down there.
What?
Oh. Based on your rooster situation. The place is called a Cockatoo-will-do. But no? Too soon? Am I wrong? Ken, welcome back. We're doing a show. Are you here?
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So that was yeah, but I just thought it was crazy.
Okay, gravity. Someone's commenting. Jason is saying gravity is unshakable faith. I like that.
Okay, so I stopped you.
There's
so
Michelle.
Please.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
here,
if I may, and I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Oh wow, do I get a full screen? Okay.
You do. Full stage.
Gravity is immutable law as long as we are here on Earth, and it ceases to apply when we leave the Earth's atmosphere. So play what if with me. This is really more of a Clubhouse thing more than it's a Ken and Glenn show thing, because this is not entertainment. This is thought provoking. And something to kind of wrap your mind around. Michelle loves this kind of thing. I love this kind of thing. I think Pamela loves this kind of thing, and a few other people. We'll see. You can drop a 1 if you like it. But the idea is that as long as you're on the earth, there are certain rules that exist here that are immutable law, and it's the way it is. And those rules govern our lives. Gravity is one of those. Thank you. Oh, Jeanette's here. Thank you. And she's telling me to bring it. So I know she speaks this language. So if you don't want it to apply, then you have to leave the atmosphere. Okay. So hold that as a thought. Just call that a place card, mental place card. So then if you don't want the rules of the masses to apply to your life, then you have to leave traditional thinking and go to the stratosphere. Think about that. If you don't want the rules to apply to you, if you don't want to be governed by societal mindsets that are pre-decided, like acting is difficult, for example, says who? Says who? Right. And the fact that we buy into that, if we do buy into that, we are then governed by that. So it seems that most things that enter our lives, as far as thoughts, ideas, possibilities, things that we could be doing with our lives, it seems that more often than not, those ideas are accompanied by an opinion that has been downloaded to us by our parents, our teachers, our ministers, our friends, family members, whoever it is, but there is an opinion that surrounds it that is creating what we call estimated habitability. It creates it. So, yes, these are on replay, Karen. You're saying, are these on replay? They are. You can find them on my page, my Facebook page. You can see them on Ken's page, or you can go to probably the Ken and Glenn show with a guy named Scott. Do you post these on that page, Ken?
We're everywhere, dude. On 2 different YouTube channels, Twitter, we're LinkedIn, everywhere.
Yeah, so you can go back and see these. We've been doing them for over a year. Oh, yes, Jason, correct. Come on. As a man thinketh, so is he. Correct. So that is exactly it. And that's what it's based on, by the way, is that belief. That was a biblical saying, and it actually has been modernized by Henry Ford, who was saying the same thing when he said, whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. As a man thinketh, so is he. Reworded, but stating the same thing. So if you don't want to produce the same results that your brothers and sisters in life, and I don't mean your blood brothers, I mean the earth tribe, your brothers and sisters are producing, you can live in a bubble of consciousness that while everybody else is having a miserable time over a particular matter, you can be involved with that same matter and be having a great time. So true. And it's all based on your level of engagement with it in consciousness. Are you engaged with this thought as I see it as entirely doable, entirely havable? You know, we go through this. I've talked a lot, Ken, about mindset, about impossibility, theme word no, possibility, theme word maybe, probability, theme word likely, and inevitability, theme word yes. Inevitability. They see things as inevitable. And the thing is, once you regard things as inevitable and you see a favorable outcome in the macro, this is key, in the macro of your life, now we get into trust, and now there is no anxiety. There's none. I'm talking about none. Anxiety goes away when we are in trust. So anxiety has been replaced with trust because we trust the overall outcome, and we never ever believed that it wouldn't include bumpiness, right? We never believed that it wouldn't include bumps, and bumps are okay. Bumps happen in life. Life includes bumpy roads at times. So when it gets bumpy, we don't flip out because we have this macro appreciation that overall we're in that mindset of pronoia. This, by the way, is the educational portion of the Ken and Glenn show. Sometimes we do this. We get into mind exploration and heart expansion and so forth. So if you are thinking in terms of pronoia, P-R-O-N-O-I-A, pronoia, great word. Anyone who spent any time around me knows that I'm a big fan of this word. It's the opposite of paranoia. Paranoia is the belief that life is conspiring against you. Pronoia is the belief that life conspires on your behalf, right? Period. Not maybe, not part-time, but that always it is conspiring on your behalf. But here's the key thing. It might not feel that way. But then again, in this world, we have facts and we have feelings. And that could be a feeling because you're having a bad day. By the way, there is no such thing. Let me clear that one up right now. There is no such thing as a bad day. There is you having a bad experience within a day, but don't make the mistake of labeling the day bad. There's nothing wrong with the day, and we can prove this because even on the day when the most painful things happen, somebody that same day won the lottery. So how can the day be flawed? Somebody that same day was asked if they wanted to marry somebody. That same day that you have labeled bad, somebody got engaged. Somebody had their first kiss. Somebody got a pay raise for their job. Somebody got hired, right? And the long list, Jeanette, what did she say? The iPhone doesn't know about it.
Yeah, because she had a typo.
Yeah,
iPhone,
the iPhone
corrected
does
her.
know about it. If you go in, maybe just go to Google or go to dictionary.com on your iPhone, you'll see it. But anyway, this is, and Anna says, very freeing, great new habit to begin. We always find a way, no fear. Yeah, so it's really true. So what are you thinking? What are you expecting? Right? The old saying goes, it unfolds according to our belief, right? Not our hope, not our wish, not our want, but our belief. So what are you believing? What are you believing? What are you believing? What do you really believe? And one of the questions I've asked people on stage for many, many years is, do you think you deserve to live a spectacular life? Do you know that the vast majority of people respond to that question with a pause? All right? So they say nothing for a few seconds. I'm acting this out for all of you. And then they go, well, yeah. And my thought is, why the delay? Because that's the hitch in the giddy up. Right. That's the hitch in the giddy up. If there is a delay there, then the answer is no. Why the delay? The answer is an immediate and an emphatic yes. Do you deserve to live a fantastic life, an outstanding life, a sensational life, a satisfying life, a fulfilling life? The answer is an unequivocal and immediate yes. And if there is a delay, you've got to fix the delay in order to have a great life. Fix the delay. Because why is there a delay there? What crud are you having to work through that has you believing otherwise, as though you don't deserve to have that? And by the way, you don't uniquely deserve it. You also deserve it. You also deserve it. Ken deserves it. I deserve it. You deserve it. And I'm not saying based on worth. I'm saying that you weren't designed to be here accidentally. Now, Ken, let me see what Michelle says here. Viktor Frankl, I love Viktor Frankl and Man's Search for Meaning. Between stimulus and response, there's a space. Oh, there it is. This is what we're talking about. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and freedom, another powerful voice. And this is why I love Michelle. There are many reasons, but this is why. Yes, Michelle, yes, and yes. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So that space is very informational, and we don't want to judge the space, but we certainly don't want to not notice it. We need to notice that space and ask ourselves, why is there any trepidation wrapped around my ability to answer someone, yes, I deserve to live a spectacular life? And so if you can't answer that immediately, then that doubt is producing behaviors in your life. And once you can see that there is no delay, then all of a sudden there is this 180 shift, and every part of your beingness lines up behind that new level of faith. It's all about alignment. Indeed, Jeanette. Indeed, it's about alignment. And I'm not reading notes. I don't have anything in front of me. My notes are here. I have a saying. I say, my heart is my chart. And this stuff has been in my heart my whole life. Right? So what do you believe? What do you believe? What do you believe about life? I'm going to throw one at you, Ken, that I said on Clubhouse the other day. And I want you to fasten your seatbelt. In fact, anyone who's in a 12-step program, get ready to fasten your seatbelt. I'm not kidding. Because I'm going to French fry the circuitry of your brain, proving to you that we have had things that they were good, they were even really good, and they were helpful, but they didn't go the distance. They served as a nice start. And we've been leaning on those things. Do you know who Dan Clark is? Ken?
Yep.
Right? Motivational speaker, one of the most popular in the world. Yep. Dan Clark challenged us online the other day. Dan Clark challenged us to actually take a well-known saying and amend it, to do a rewrite on a well-known saying. And I've done this to a few long before Dan's challenge, meaning put your own fingerprint on an adage that's been around forever and see if maybe there could be some itty bitty tweak that makes it that much better, that much more powerful, and perhaps that much easier to understand, to really grasp, so that we can befriend it, whatever that is. And I want to tell you two. That's all I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to give you two. and they're both really big and really well known, and they've been around for a long time. But it didn't stop me from doing a slight modification. So the first one is the golden rule. You could say, well, that's mighty bold of you. Yes, but I believe that people were designed to be bold. I believe that boldness is our very nature. So it's not my goal to be bold, by the way. It's not my goal to be loving. It's not my goal to be prosperous. It's not my goal to be nice. It's my nature to be prosperous. It's my nature to be loving. It's my nature to be kind. It's my nature to be connected. So I said 2, I'm giving you 3. I'm going to give you all 3 tonight. So as a bonus, when you start replacing the word goal with nature, and quit thinking of it as it's my goal to do this, it's my goal. You notice we use the word reach when we talk about goals. He or she reached their goal. They reached it, meaning it exists outside of you, and you're going to have to go fetch it. But your nature is not outside of you. Your nature lives right here. It is innate, and it is eminently available. So go ahead and say it tonight. Like, think about the thing you used to think of as your goal, right? So I know prosperity is key. People think a lot about money. So they say, it's my goal to be rich, right? It's my goal to be wealthy. Change that and just say this phrase with me. Just say, wealth is my nature. And just listen. And then feel, because it's palpable when you say it's my goal to be wealthy versus it's my nature. It's my goal to be nice. No, it's my nature, right? It's my goal. It's my goal. It's my goal. No, it isn't your goal. It's your nature. And the fact that you see your nature as a goal is the very thing that's keeping you from experiencing it. Or at least experience it in the now. I have done so many stage presentations on this very subject. If you want to have it now, whatever it is, instead of later, then start thinking of your goals as your nature and stop pursuing and start claiming. You can claim your nature and have it right now. The reason they call it a police pursuit is because that what you're pursuing is running away from you. And I got to tell you, your future is not running away from you. Your dreams are not running away from you. They are right here. They are right here, right now. They are readily available. So here's the rewrite, the slight rewrite on even the golden rule. We were all taught, since we were knee-high to a grasshopper, we were taught that we should do unto others as we would have them do unto us. And I agree with that. So please know, the rewrite isn't because I disagree. I wholeheartedly agree. It's a beautiful teaching. But I think there's more. And here's the more that I think there is. And I think it's the reason people have lost faith in their fellow humans, because they do unto others as they would have those others do unto them. But then they make the mistake of standing around with their hands on their hips, waiting for the ROI, the return on their investment, meaning they invested love. Now, where's my share? They invested kindness. Now, where's my share? They loaned someone money. Now, when are you paying me back? So we're looking for the return on the investment. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. How about this? What if we say, do unto others as you would have life do unto you? Don't worry about them. Don't worry about them specifically. Do unto others as you would have life itself do unto you. And the beauty about this and how it hits us spiritually is that come on with it, you betcha, Francois. So what's beautiful is when we are doing unto others the way we would like life to treat us, then it doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter. What matters is what we do and how we live. So as long as our side of the street is clean, as long as I love my neighbor as thyself, as long as I'm doing that, and I am showing someone kindness, showing them respect, showing them love, then what happens is that life shows me that respect whether they do or not.
Amen,
and that's the beauty of it, is I don't have to stand around and go, wait, where's my share? How come you're not loving me back? I loved you. How come you're not loving me? I don't care. It doesn't matter. I've loved you. I'm moving on down the highway. And this is why in my TED Talk on whispers and boomerangs, This is the very reason I talk about our job, Ken, daily being to sign boomerangs with love and hurl them into the sky as a way of life. Every day we are given multiple opportunities. There's no exception. Everybody has multiple opportunities today to engage a moment, whether it involves someone or it's a circumstance, whatever it is. We're connected and we've got the love of option, the option of love here. So the question becomes, what would love do? The ultimate question, what would love do? It's not about what do I want to do, what would love do?
I love that, dude.
I find that if I'm following what love would do, then I become more loving. And as I become more love, I now am love. And now my natural instincts are to do what love would do because I am love. Right? So what would love do? And we do this multiple times a day. And every time we do it, we're putting our signature on a boomerang and hurling it into the sky. And here's what we don't do. We don't stand there with our hands on our hips, looking and trying to micromanage or supervise what the boomerang does. We have the spiritual maturity to understand, hey, boomerangs know what's up, kids. Boomerangs know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing, and they will return. Why? Because it's their nature. It's not their goal. It's their nature. It's their, yes, my nature to give without expecting anything back. Yes, yes, and yes. So those boomerangs are circling around. It is their nature to come back. But here's the deal. Again, this is the great mystery of spirituality and faith, is that we don't know when it's going to return or how. And that's beautiful. It's beautiful that we don't know. And that, again, that allows, there's no anxiety because we know as we hurl love into the sky that it's been done. So it's already done. It's not, I hope it's done. It's done the moment we release it. We release it. It's done. We move on and we do it again and we do it again and we do it again and we do it again. And that's what we do every day of our lives. And as we move further and further down the road, you know what happens? All of a sudden you're being pelted in the back of your head, the lower back, your side, your chin. You are being popped by boomerangs that are circling back of abundance from the love that you have invested in life.
Yep.
And you've done it one individual at a time, one moment at a time. But the return may not come from the individual, but it always comes from life. And this is why I say, do unto others as you would have life itself do unto you. So,
you know, you remind me.
Man, I got on a bit of a roll there. I think I'm going to have a sip of something and quench my thirst.
That was freaking beautiful. And it reminds me, I've told this story to you and on here before, but I'll tell you, dude, that painting back there.
Is
anyway,
it setting you off?
So
let me see if I can take it down. Hold on.
No, dude. He's gonna take it down. It's bolted.
That bad boy ain't budging, man. That bad boy ain't budging. They don't want anybody taking that painting home, as if somebody would want to take it home. I'll tell you what I haven't been feeling for the 2 weeks I've been here is, gosh, I need to take that home.
Right. Dude, so I had this guy that worked for me and he was in sales and had a bit of a selfish nature to him, and I was always trying to teach him, not to be like that. And so we go to I promoted him at one point, had him come out for steaks. We go to Costco, get some steaks. Coming back, we're sitting at this exit out in the middle of nowhere. We're at a traffic light off the interstate and waiting to turn left. And there's a homeless guy with a sign and standing there and in the middle of nowhere. And I go, hey, call that guy over here. I was a passenger in his car. I said, call that guy over here. He's like, why? And I go, I've got like $43 on me. I'm gonna give it to him. And he goes, no. I go, call him over here now. And he goes, why are you giving that dude money? He's just gonna blow it on booze, dude. Like, what are you doing? And I go,
not your issue.
Listen, dude. Listen. Call the guy over here. I'll explain it when we pull away. Do it before this freaking light turns green. And so he calls the guy over here. I go, hey, God bless you, dude. Here you go. Guy was super, super grateful, walked away. And who cares what he did with the money? The point of it, and I told him, I said, look, what he does with that money is between him and his God. What I do is between me and my God. And you've got to be willing to put it out there, knowing, and I had never heard the concept. You're the first person I've ever heard talk about the boomerang, but I knew intuitively, like, dude, you have to give to other people. You've got to help other people. If you do, the blessings just continue to pour in from everywhere.
And
there
yet,
was no way that guy was going to repay me, dude, ever.
There's one caveat here, Ken, and it has nothing to do with you. I don't question you, but I would just say you're right. You're right. So this is a yes and. It is also important that we take a look at our why. To look at our why. Why are we doing it? So the only reason to do it is because it feels correct to do it. That's the reason. Yeah. Here's why you don't do it. So if I do this, then I'll get more. Okay. Hey, sir, come here. That's not it. No. So if that's your goal, the whole thing implodes. But when you trust that that's the byproduct, and I've been teaching actors this for years, your goal should never be to get the job. Ever. When you go on an audition, and the other thing is get rid of the word get. I teach actors how to give the job. The opposite of get. Go into the room to give them the job. Go into the room to give them the role. Show them what it looks like, right? And don't be attached to the outcome, but give it to them as a gift. Here is my interpretation of this material. And so your job is to lift the words off of the page in a truthful manner and in one that's in a way that's compelling. That's your job. The byproduct is that you get the role when you do that efficiently. And effectively. That's the way it works. But if you go in with the intention of you're going in to get the job, then it adversely affects what would otherwise be a beautiful equation. So I love that. And you're right. It's none of our business nor concern about what we do. The idea is that we're giving. What did James say? And what does James do for a living? Is James a minister?
James.
Yeah, McBride. Is it McBride?
Jason.
Jason. I'm sorry, Jason McBride.
Yeah. What he does with it doesn't matter. It's the seed and the mindset. Grant Cardone said that.
Okay, Jason.
We got Perry on here. What's up,
hey,
Perry?
And look what Jason just said. Do you see his latest comment? Ken, tell me that's not funny.
That's hilarious.
Okay, so Jason probably doesn't know this.
No.
Jason, my course that I've been teaching for 36 years is called The Extra Mile. My acting workshop is called The Extra Mile Acting Workshop.
It literally is.
So you just said it. The Extra Mile Acting Workshop. And recently we changed the name to the Extra Mile Working Actors Workshop. Anna says God sees our intent. Go ahead and read Pamela's.
This probably sounds crazy, but every time I see a homeless person, I think they're probably an angel and stop to give them anything I might have that might be of use to them. There has never been a time when one of them hasn't said, God bless you in return. Ironically, those are some of the only times I've heard anyone say those words to me. Every time it gets my attention because when they say it, I know he has. Wow.
That's why we love our Pammy.
That's why. Beautiful.
Hey, Ken, I promised you 3 tonight, and I've done 2 of them. You want to hear the third one?
Of course.
And I gave a warning to the 12-steppers that are out there, and I've been to so many meetings. I know that, but you know that I went to so many meetings on behalf of my brother.
Yeah, I know.
My brother Brian. And by the way, you don't even know this. This was going to come to you as news today, but my cousin passed away today. And my cousin Lynn, and I don't know if my cousins Lynn's sisters are watching tonight or my aunt Elaine, but
wow,
Lynn, I love you, and I send my everything, my appreciation for you, for your life, for your boldness and your courage that was expressed over the last few years of your life. she had a very rough go in the last couple of years and handled it like the champion she is. And also a salute to Jack, her husband, who really demonstrated what devotion looks like. Real devotion. When you lay there knowing that this is going to be a rough road, it is a rough road already, and there's not going to be anything fun about it, but I'm in. The old saying, in for a penny, in for a pound. I'm in, and I said I do, and I meant it. And that's why we say for better or for worse, right? Because this is the not so fun part. And she had a debilitating disease where her body was shutting down and she lost the ability to speak. And when I went to see her a couple of times, it was beautiful, but only Jack and Lynn's sister Libby were able to, and I'm sure the other people that were around, but Jack and Libby were there. Jack was Lynn's husband. They were able to decipher her words because they had gotten used to this changed and diminished form of communication so that they could better understand it because they were around her all the time. And I got the news today that she had passed away. And though it was not surprising, it's still very hard to lose a sibling. I know the pain of that with my own brother having died 2 years ago. But thank you, Scott, and thank you for those of you who said that.
So many. There's a lot.
But listen, this is not about me. It really is not about me. My hat is off to my cousin-in-law, Jack, because I've never seen someone demonstrate a level of devotion to their spouse that was so demanding of his time and energy, and someone who probably got very little sleep over the last few years. And he had help come in toward the end, but that was just to give him some measure of relief so that he could get some sleep. Sometimes the greatest things we do in our lives will not be done with ease, but we do it anyway, because what would love do? Again, it goes back to that question. What would love do? How would it show up? And this is what he did. So to the 12 steppers that are in the room, there is a prayer in the 12-step program, but it's not unique to the 12-step program. It's a prayer that's well known in the world, known as the Serenity Prayer. And it goes like this: God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. To say it again, the courage to change the things you want to say it? The courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
That's it.
So that's the Serenity Prayer. I'm daring to even modify that for a reason. And here is the reason that nobody seems to be thinking about. And I think that when we grasp a bigger picture of God, when we get into the enormity of God, the limitlessness of God, that prayer changes. And here's the way the new prayer sounds. We're going to change one word by adding 2 letters. And here is the 2-letter amendment. God granted me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. God granted me the serenity, not God grant me. Meaning this was already done a long time ago. We don't have to be granted something that was already installed. And we are spending a lot of time and a lot of energy asking for things to be granted unto us. And I can really hear God saying, yeah, I already did that. Just so you know, I already did that. I granted you that serenity a long time ago. I granted it to you at birth. And by the way, serenity is your nature. It's your nature. So think about how many times in your life you have asked for things that were already there. And the only reason you're asking is because you're not practicing what is there. So I feel very strongly about that. I think it's a great prayer, whatever people want to keep doing. And if going with the old school version works for them, then by all means, keep doing it. But what I'm suggesting is don't do it unknowingly and stop and see the next time you ask for God to grant you something, maybe just stop and call a timeout and say, has this already been granted? And maybe I just have been acting like someone that didn't know it. And I'm going to promise you that in more than 50%, I'm going to take it a step further and say it's more like 90%, that 90% of the things you're asking for, at least 90%, you already have. You already have. They are part of your life. And so the change is thank you instead of grant me. Thank you instead of give me. I don't ask God for strength. I instead say, thank you, God, for giving me the strength to face what I'm facing right now. Thank you versus give me.
Yeah.
Because it's not as though I'm sitting around awaiting strength and I've been living, my whole life minus strength. But boy, if I could just ask for it. I know this is getting religious, but I don't happen to believe in a stingy God. And I believe that the God that designed me gave me these things a long time ago.
I'm looking at, as you know, I'm if I make it, and I say if I make it because I stay in the moment and live each day one day at a time.
I get it.
If I make it until to August the 10th, I will have 19 years of sobriety and recovery. And I want to address Jason's statement there, because I am Ken and I am an alcoholic, and that will never change. The thing that people that are not alcoholics do not understand is, because I've tested the waters already and it almost killed me. And I've been to many, many, many funerals of people who thought that once they were healed and they could go out and drink again. The reason we say I am Ken and I am an alcoholic is to remember that once you become a pickle, you can never go back to being a cucumber ever again. And I carry that with me at all times. It's always right next to me. And on the back side of it is the serenity prayer. And I agree. I love what you just said about it. And I totally, totally agree with that. One of the problems with alcoholics and addicts.
You mean about granted versus grant?
Yeah, well, I'm just saying one of the biggest challenges for yes, I love that. I love that twist.
I'd love to see it become a part of the program.
I think that one of the problems for alcoholics and addicts is they have a tendency of there's this saying that I'm an egomaniac with an inferiority complex, and it takes a lot of work and a lot of time and going through a lot of crazy pain to finally recover. And so I never want to forget. I never, ever, ever, ever want to forget that I was knocking on death's doorstep the day that I was on the doorstep of death, the day that I surrendered. And I'm never going back. So I will always, and any alcoholic that I know, if they say, I'm Glenn and I used to be an alcoholic, I would look at them and say, then you never were. And you should probably just drink. I probably, because it sounds like you need some more practice, bro. Like, go on out there, give it another go. And if you make it back to the rooms and you recover, then, maybe someday you'll be able to say, I'm an alcoholic, and stay that way.
Right. So what I hear you saying, Ken, and correct me if I'm wrong, but what I hear you saying is that in doing so, in using the term alcoholic and saying I am an alcoholic, then what you're admitting to is susceptibility. You're admitting susceptibility. You're admitting that if I don't hold that imagery for myself, I'm potentially at risk. I'm in trouble if I don't see the propensity that I hold to drinking, like at a moment's notice that it could all change. So if I start getting too safe and think that I'm not that, then that's when I'm at risk, and you're at risk in terms of your susceptibility. That makes sense to me.
And you, I mean, look, you and I have had some very, very deep heart-to-heart conversations about this because your brother died from it. And,
booze killed my brother. There's no question.
Right. And Cynthia just lost her brother. She said, I'm still shaking, but I know he's in my mother's arms in heaven.
I'm sorry for your loss, Cynthia.
Me too. And I've talked to Cynthia in depth about it as well. But, for an alcoholic, and I'm not trying to call anybody out. I'm trying to explain why alcoholics, I can't identify as like I'm Ken, and that is something that if I forget that, I will drink again. And if I drink again, it's a progressive disease. It'll pick up right where it left off, and it'll be worse than where I left off. So
yeah, well, when things come back, they tend to come back stronger, whatever it is in life.
Yes. So that's why I just wanted to explain that. I've got a lot of years under my belt. And it's and you and I've talked about this a lot too, the book Power versus Force, right?
Yes.
Which is one of the most phenomenal books ever written, ever. And he says that and I'm going to do a horrible summary, but here's the thing. He says that anytime we're trying to force anything in our lives, that universally we're creating resistance to the very thing that we're trying to force. But when we surrender, which is why I say I'm Ken and I'm an alcoholic, because it's a form of me just continuing to surrender to it. That's it. It's not correct. It's not me trying to get into semantics. I'm just surrendering. That's it. So I say I'm Ken, I'm an alcoholic, because surrender and anything to the outcome is where true power comes from.
Here.
It's where it comes from. When I said to you, we were on a Zoom. Nobody knows this, but we were on a Zoom, and I'm not giving away insider info. You and I jumped on a Zoom, and you were telling me about what you were getting ready to shoot for an upcoming thing that you're now doing. And you just kind of walking.
You're talking about when I first got the news about Ozark?
Yeah. And you had to put it on film. You had to on digital, but whatever. And you had to send. And you said to me at that night after, because you spent hours running through the lines.
I spent days prepping.
Right. Well, right. But the night that I talked to you, you were literally getting ready to put it on that night, right then.
Right. And thank God that during that preparation, I didn't have this painting here at home.
Holy crap, Elvis.
To look at, because if I had to look at that, it would have been emotionally disturbing.
I can't believe you can sleep in that room. I would be like,
trust me, when I first came in, it was like,
It's oh my God. So I mean, listen, man, I'm just saying, like, when you surrendered, you said, hey, you know what, I'm not worried. I said, dude, are you worried? No, not at all. No, I gave it everything, man.
And you mean in the aftermath of what I thought about what they were going to do if they were going to hire me?
Yeah, exactly.
I did exactly what I set out to do.
You did.
Right. I had already released that boomerang. And then sure enough, it was about a week later. You still there, or did you freeze, Ken?
Oh, am I frozen?
Yeah, you froze. You're back now. You're back.
Look, Terry, I'm sorry to hear that, Terry.
I am too, Terry. And I want to clarify, because I want to be literal in this moment. It wasn't technically booze that killed my brother, but rather his relationship with booze.
Yeah.
Right. So if someone's relationship with it is that they can have the occasional glass of wine and call it good, then wonderful. But my brother couldn't. And in the truest sense was an alcoholic that the theme word was more all the time. And I watched it remove every aspect of his life until all he had left was his physical life, because it removed systematically. It just took everything. And then he was down to just himself. And then my mom called me that morning and realized that the last thing he had left, which was his physical life, was also gone. and rough stuff, very, very rough stuff.
It's sad. It's heartbreaking.
So what is Jason? Yeah. Thank you, Jason. And where do you know Jason from?
I think we're friends on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
is
think
Jason a
met.
minister? Jason sounds like a minister. He certainly has minister vibes. I mean, if you think about it, Ken, we're all ministers. Every one of us is a minister because we all minister with our lives. Right? Oh, that's funny. They don't call them spirits for nothing. Yeah.
Right.
We all minister with our lives, and I think we fare better if we see our lives as a movie and then make sure it's a movie you'd want to watch.
Yes.
If you think of your life as a movie and you're the writer and you're the actor, first of all, why have you cast yourself as an extra in the movie of your life?
That's so true.
Right? Go ahead and take the starring role. It's okay. I mean, it's your movie, but get into a movie that you're proud of.
You know why I think most people don't really make it? They really have a sense of I haven't arrived, I haven't achieved, I haven't this, I haven't that. It's because they're comparing their movie to someone else's
movie. Well, there are two. You're right. You're 100% right. But there are actually two reasons. The other reason people don't make it is because they've not yet seen the Ken and Glenn show.
That is absolutely the truth. I mean,
that's the other reason.
That's probably the bigger reason to be just
primary. It's primary.
Yeah.
Hey, before we call it a night, is there anything else? Right,
dude. I can't believe how many. We have a lot of viewers. I mean, a lot.
Well, good.
Of viewers.
Then share it out some more, and let's talk a few more minutes. If you think anyone needs to be in on this discussion, this is what Ken and I do. It's what Michelle and I do, where we'll have a conversation and realize, this is a show. We could just turn the cameras on and have it be a show. Jay Santiago, my buddy. Jay's one of the peeps I know from Clubhouse, and he's part of our Extra Mile tribe. He has an Amway business, blessed to learn truth principles and have many mentors in business and faith that have shaped me, lived a lost life till being born again. Well, good for you, Jason.
That's awesome, dude.
Lived a lost life until being born again. That's beautiful. There's Shayna. She says, I love my movie now. It's called Living My Best Life Now. That's beautiful. Are you referring to the life that you're actually living, and are you referring to that metaphorically? That's not the name of the new movie that you just directed, right? You're talking about in your head, Sean. I want to be clear.
Hold it. She's a movie director.
She just directed her first movie.
Wow.
Shauna, she's one of my students. I've got some amazing students that are doing amazing things.
You really do. You absolutely really do. Francois is I think he's thinking we're going to wrap it up.
He says this was great. So,
I mean, he's referring past tense. So
right. So is the show over, Francois, and we just didn't know? Maybe it is.
Oh, that's so funny.
Let's see some of the other comments. Highlight some more comments.
So many comments, dude. So many comments. Joan, great seeing you, Joan. So I love this free-flowing think tank conversation. Says 2blah1 on YouTube.
Yes, I love this free-flowing think tank conversation. Yeah, that's what it is. It's what it's always been, and we do cherish it. I want to rant a little on Jeanette. Oh, and just as I was going to rant on her, you popped this up. Well, wait a minute. Don't leave.
You said that we were going to wrap up.
Wait a minute. So Jeanette, don't leave yet, because I want to rant on you a little bit. So Jeanette is someone I also met on Clubhouse, and she's part of the Extra Mile workshop, but she often runs, I guess, on a regular basis. Is it daily, Jeanette? I think it's maybe Monday through Friday, but she does a daily gratitude room, and she hosts that room. She's the lead moderator. So I encourage you, if you're on Clubhouse, to go in and Oh, yes, Rue's referring to it metaphorically. What I directed is different. But go in and come aboard Jeanette's room, because when we start our day in gratitude, you just, whether we start it or at some point we stop and practice gratitude, there's never a bad time for it. But starting the day with it is especially beautiful. Hi, Ashley. Nice to see you, darling. I saw you were in a room earlier on Clubhouse. I am the best version of me so far, work in progress, ever changing. True that.
Man, we got so many comments, dude. I'm having this is like probably the most challenging comments. I've been trying to keep up with comments and listen to you and stay in. There's so many challenges.
Can you post Jeanette's time for her workshop?
Yes, I absolutely will.
Not workshop, but her room on Clubhouse.
Hugo, part of the Evil Deeds series. Congratulations. That's awesome.
It is awesome. Proud of you, darling.
Oh, Francois is out. He's running on fumes.
Well, we love you back, brother.
We love you, brother. We love you, dude. Jeanette says Monday through Friday, alignment 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Awesome.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, and just a great way to start your day. Clubhouse is really good. I only go to Clubhouse to listen to Kenny. That's funny. Let me see this one. It's true about, go back. I want to see that.
That's from Jamie.
It's true about the alcohol spirits. I teach my daughter to spiritually cover herself before she would go to work, and to leave the spirits at the door before coming in and out of our home. Good.
That's awesome. Oh, Jason knows me from Gittimer. Okay.
From Jeffrey.
With John Morgan.
Oh, with John Morgan. Nice. John's my buddy from Florida.
John's freaking
awesome. The greatest George Bush impersonator you'll ever hear.
Unbelievable. He is incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, well, we can wrap up, brother.
Yeah, we can wrap it up. So listen, dude, first off, let's everybody here send prayers and healing energy, healing
to Weldon
love
Whitehurst.
To Weldon Whitehurst. Pray for Weldon. He's had a liver transplant and his body is having a tough time. It's been rough for him. I don't know if Weldon, if you're still watching or not. But we're sending you all kinds of love and prayers and healing energy, bro. I'm telling you, just hang in there, keep the faith, stay positive, and I really just feel like he's going to come through this, man. I just feel it.
Ken, can I ask you this?
Yeah.
Instead of sending a bunch of prayer warriors out right now, why don't we just take advantage of this moment? And can we just do about 30 seconds of everyone in this room just quieting ourselves and focusing healing light on Weldon right now? Can we just close our eyes, and wherever you are, whether you know Weldon or not, he's one of your earth tribe, like we all are, and therefore your brother, because we're all brothers and sisters. One of these days we'll figure that out. But let's just take 30 seconds, just close our eyes and send this man, whether you know him or not, just send him love and healing for the next 30 seconds or so. Very good. There's something tremendously powerful about aligned energy, prayer, thought, positive intention. Call it what you will. It's all the same. It's all the same stuff. I know this much. It's never in the history of humankind it's never hurt a situation.
Amen,
it's
dude.
never hurt. So it's going to work anywhere from neutral to up. And therefore, that's worth investing in. So, wonderful.
Amen, dude.
Good
Amen.
spending the evening with you here, brother.
Love you, dude. You're amazing. Hey, real quick, I forgot to show you when I wrote my first book and it hit bestseller. It did. I mean,
Yes.
you know, it hit #1 on Amazon, but dude, is that arrogant, dude? I was like, I got to claim it, man. I'm proud of it.
Why? You are a bestseller. Why wouldn't you wear the T-shirt? Yeah, I mean, the fact that you've lost all your friends ever since you started wearing it.
I know. I love it, dude.
We call that feedback.
All right, we call that
I love
feedback.
I love you
too, dude. Hey, everybody that's shared this out, dude, we've had so many shares, so many views tonight. It's been a record night. And I want to say thank you to everybody, everyone that's been here, and just thank you to everyone. Thank you, bro. I love you, dude.
I love you back. Thank you, Ken. And to everyone out there, life's about choices. Life's just about choices. We have an opportunity to choose many times a day. Choose well, and choose well regarding the macro desired outcome of your life. It's not about what you want. It's about what you want most. Think about the difference between what you want and what you want most. And you'll find out that the things you thought you wanted will always take a back seat to what you want most. God bless you guys. Have a beautiful week, and we'll see you soon.
God bless y'all.